Ever since I learned about MB&F, I wanted to own one, and this is a little taste of that. Buying a fine independent watch in the higher end price spectrum, talking about anything above 40k, was always my goal as a watch enthusiast. As you start building your career, you buy watches that reflect your success, knowledge, as well as obviously buying power. Since the likes of MB&F, Urwerk, MB&F and other avant-garde independents were always hovering around that 50 to 150k price point, it was always a long-term goal for me to own one or two. Maximilian Büsser, who was the creator of the Harry Winston Opus line, founded MB&F in 2005 in Geneva, Switzerland, and came out with a banger, the HM1. Every MB&F watch that followed was a grail watch basically, and obtainable for the wealthy watch community. Before the recent hype started, you could pick up a pre-owned MB&F for around 25 to 60k depending on the model, but anything below that was just a dream. When Max first introduced the MA.D.1 Edition Blue, I was thinking, oh well, another one of those watches that I'll wait and buy eventually, since I thought that the price will be above 20k at least. The blue model, which is the first version, was a friends and tribe only model. As well as customers, or how they call them, tribe members, for their support. This was a bummer, since I really hoped I could buy one after finding out the price was only 1.9 thousand Swiss francs. After some research, I wrote them an email saying that if they were ever to produce more, I would love to own one and be able to purchase it, even for a higher price. Well, they did, and once I found out, I was stoked. The M.A.D.1 Red Edition is the first publicly available M.A.D. watch created, and the response it got was insane. A total of 25,000 people subscribed to the lottery for a chance to buy one. How I got mine, you ask? Well, like I said, if you wrote them a nice heartfelt email before the red model was even announced, you were able to purchase one earlier. That was their way of rewarding the hardcore fans, and I'm very grateful that it was even an option. This is a so-called driver's watch, meaning you can easily read the time on the side of the case while driving a car or a motorbike, for example. This is not the first time Max came up with such a lateral time-telling idea. You see the same time indication philosophy in the HM3, HM4, 5, 6, 8, HM10 and also the HMX. This watch is super comfortable on the wrist, and the racing-inspired strap really fulfills that driver watch feeling. The diameter is 42mm and the height is 18.8mm. It's not a thin watch, but a watch with this much presence shouldn't be. The case is made out of stainless steel and is very well constructed. There is nothing similar on the market today, and the way the hours and minutes go around the whole periphery of the case is just too cool. When you break it down, it's actually a very simple movement construction once you come up with the idea, of course. You got the Miyota movement as a base, which is very efficient, the iconic MB&F Battle Axe rotor on top to wind the movement, as well as two wheels, one red and the other black, to show the time. The coolest feature about the watch is the rotor, which is extremely well made and rotates on random occasions, sometimes even when you shake someone's hand. People always notice it and it's mostly fun, although non-watch people sometimes don't get it at all. All the numbers, the little triangular pointer, as well as the lines on the rotor are luminous, so when you drive into a tunnel or enter a dark room, the party starts. It's a sight to behold and definitely playful. Of course, I sometimes use the watch as a fidget spinner and just play with the rotor, why not? The top class is made out of sapphire, and around the watch you got mineral glass. All the parts of the case are polished, and the way the middle part of the watch sits on the lugs is just too awesome. It looks like a little spaceship on the wrist that is about to take off. The watch comes in a neat box which folds and contains a travel pouch, a little UV torch, as well as the QR code where you can find instructions and other information about the watch. Some might complain that the Miyota movement shouldn't be in a watch at this price point, but I disagree. If you're one of the lucky ones that were able to purchase this watch for 2,900 Swiss francs, by the lottery of course, the movement isn't why you pulled the trigger. Anyone arguing the value of this watch based on the movement is looking at it from the wrong perspective. You can't judge a watch purely on the movement, not in this case of course. And if you're really a fan of MB&F, Urwerk, MB&F and other avant-garde independents, you get it. If not, it's okay. There's plenty of cool watch brands that offer amazing watches at this price point. I for one am super happy to be able to own this model, and I hope I can acquire some others down the line if the M.A.D. editions continue. Based on the new Instagram account which I'll link down below, I think it will, and I'm curious to see what's coming up next. Let me know what you think about this watch. Did you apply for one, and also were you one of the lucky ones that was chosen? Subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out a lot. Share with somebody who likes avant-garde watches, and as always, I'll see you next week.